Hi, the 7.62 Tokarev is derived from the 7.63 Mauser. For all intents and purposes, they are the same cartridge. The Mauser ammunition can be safely used in firearms chambered in 7.62 Tokarev. This is what the Germans and the Finns did on a massive scale in the Second World War with captured Soviet pistols and submachine guns. The opposite should not be done because the 7.62 ammunition is usually loaded to much higher pressures. Commercial ammunition is available at least from Cellier and Below of the Czech Republic and the PPU of Serbia. They are not quite as expensive as the 7.63 Mauser, but they are still far from cheap. The PPU costs nearly 40 euros for 50 rounds and the SB 25 euros. Both have an 85 grain full metal jacket bullet. The muzzle velocity of PPU is 525 meters per second. Compare that to the 435 meters per second for the Fiocchi 7.63 Mauser cartridge. The SB round is even hotter. The muzzle velocity is 566 meters per second. The bullet has more energy at 50 meters than the Mauser cartridge does at the muzzle. Do not try it in your broom handle. Technically or equipment-wise, loading 7.62 doesn't differ from loading 7.63, which we covered in earlier videos. Pay attention to the case length, especially if you use spent Mauser cases, which may or may not be a bit longer. The Vihtavuori reload data says the case should be trimmed to 24.8 millimeters. We will follow this advice. I am using PPU cases once fired and CCI small pistol primers. The powder is the same that we used with the 7.63 Mauser, Vihtavuori N320. The bullets are also the same, HN copper-plated round-nose lead bullet. Again, we will try both the 309 and 311 variant. First, we will trim the case to the suggested length, 24.8 millimeters. Just a little bit. Prime the case. Expand and charge the case. The 4.4 grains of powder that we used for the 7.63 is not enough to cycle a Tokarev. Upgrading the charge to 4.7 grains solved the issue for me. That seems to be the absolute minimum on which the gun works properly. But that, of course, may depend on your individual gun. And finally, seat the bullet and crimp the case. We now have 10 rounds of ammunition with a 309 bullet and another 10 with a 311 bullet. The cartridge overall length is 33.3 millimeters. The only difference between these cartridges and the ones that we made for the 7.63 Mauser is the powder charge, which here is 4.7 grains instead of 4.4 grains.